Well, this isn't what I wanted. My idea was I was gonna come home and then fucking stream, and I was tired. And not only tired, I also had a bit of... Let me put the category. Man, I was playing this game today. Fuck. I'll be the only one playing right now. I was supposed to stream, and then not only was I a little bit tired, I also had a bit of a headache. I don't know why. I'm not sure why this headache was happening, but I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna lay down a bit. Surely I'll stream in like a little bit. I got home like maybe like 7 something. I fucking woke up from that nap at like 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh, whatever, I fucking slept, but it's like 10, whatever. And then woke up again, it's like 11:30. I did not mean to take that second nap, and when I finished my second nap with that dream, I was like, I fell asleep again, didn't I? And so then I fucking jumped on as fast as I could. I mean, hopefully we can beat this in like 2 hours or so. Oh yeah, I should probably mute my computer. Yeah, I probably could also have to chug like a... You can hear me yawning a lot. It's gonna be happening. Considering I just woke up from a nap. I guess I could start. If it's gonna be like a 2-hour stream, I don't need to sit here as long. It's like 4 minutes. Alright. Fuck it. It's a large door, heavy with importance. You grab the door handle and shut.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy.
Red set on the wall next to the door. Displayed on it.
Huh. We finally found it.
You know what? Damn, so the thing was, I was gonna hit up people, but you know what? Maybe they're just offline. I won't hit up the other one because they play this game. I don't usually do this, but if well, you know what? Maybe it's better, because maybe people will, like, play the parts you didn't see, so... We finally found it. Yay. We felt overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last they found the exit. A cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel.
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
He spun around. And couldn't believe what he saw.
What? A 9-door. There's another one. Why?
His voice was barely audible, even to himself. He stumbled towards the second door, as if somehow compelled. There was a small single door. Sat in the starboard corner of the room, on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner.
It's 9, no matter how you look at it. The red is there too. So this is a real one?
He shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself.
Why the hell are there 2 doors?
It was Santa who answered.
There were always 2 doors. I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only 1 door with a 9 on it.
It is hidden, but seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Of course, we just assumed that there was only 1. After all, why would there be more than 1?
Oh, man.
Jeez.
We fell for it. There are 2 doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind. Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers. 1 through 9. Divided into teams of 4 and 5 people. The digital root of both teams ends up being 9. Take 1278 and 34569 for example. The digital root for both teams would be 9. Or 2349 and 15678. The digital root is still 9. There are a bunch of combinations that work and they all end up the same way. If one team has the digital root of 9, so would the other one. What does that mean? The answer's simple. From the very beginning, the Nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. That's how it was meant to be. Zero didn't lie. He never said there'd be only 1 9 door. But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt. Someone might get killed. But eventually, they'd reach this very same room and realize how pointless all their infighting was. There were 2 doors. There was no need to kill each other.
They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt of what they'd done.
This game was designed for that purpose. This Nonary game. We were all arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning. But if there had been one slip-up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now.
The thought of it sent a chill down his spine.
So, what are we going to do, Junpei?
A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice.
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So what do we do?
What do you...
We need to think about our next step.
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's a digital root of 6.
The 4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
The 4? Wait, don't tell me.
Yep. There's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
What now?
Took him no time to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. That would mean...
No, we gotta go back.
That was a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed.
Yep.
I agree. We cannot leave June behind.
Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
Are you sure? I don't mind staying.
June's blood betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginning of tears, and her legs shook.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
God damn it, what do you mean unstable? This game is no unstable. It's literally the most stable that these streams have been, and now you're telling me it's fucking unstable. I fucking hate Twitch, man. It's this game that's been doing this. Santa had realized what Junpei had known the moment he realized which 3 people could go through the door.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest.
Ew.
Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta.
Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis?
Huh? Oh, right.
Perhaps it was a sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some other time. Yeah, why was it unstable and now it's just fucking fine? Game's just like, ugh, sorry. Santa and Ace smiled.
You guys.
June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say.
Very well. Best we head back to C-Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, Seven, and Lotus will have returned from door 1.
Even as Ace spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation.
But even with all 7 of us.
Ace knew it. They all knew it.
Standing around here isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree? Let's find the other 3 first, and then search for another solution.
I guess you're right.
All right, let's go.
Ace looked at all 3 of them and turned and headed through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Santa and June followed. June started toward the door, then
Come
stopped.
to think of it, what is this room?
Didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly
We were
was
so
it?
focused on the doors, we didn't even look around.
The red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room.
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony, but what kind?
Facing that door was a carpet leading to the bow of the ship, and at the end... Was it an altar, perhaps? There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin.
A coffin? What on earth is a coffin doing in a place like this?
But before Junpei had time to answer that question...
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
Yeah, shall we? Santa's voice echoed from
Right,
the hallway
okay.
outside.
I'll be right there.
Hi, Gold. How are you doing? Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room. What, no Final Fantasy today? Don't mind the coffin, that's just Epstein in there. We put him in there for timeout. Bro, I had school, Mal. Yeah. But, and? You're home. They took the elevator up to C deck. That tiring, huh? Yeah, I figured. Once there, they headed back towards the main hall and the central staircase. Is this because I fucking said I had some news and then I didn't tell you? Yeah, I was supposed to hit you up before when I figured you were home, just to tell you this dumb thing. But then I fell asleep, and then I fell asleep again, and now I don't know. And then I hit you up, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta stream." And so you didn't answer me back in that time, so I was just like, I guess I'll tell him later. It didn't take them long.
It's...
7 and Lotus.
It didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
Clover is gone.
What?
What? Santa, this is not the fucking time for that jukebox, man. Junpei and the 3 companions looked at one another. Turned back to 7 and
What
Lotus.
do you mean, gone?
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to
When?
ask.
Why?
You 2 went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
7 and Lotus responded as best as they could. If I remember, door 1 is... Door 1 is the chart room.
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
Huh.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
And shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
Clover wasn't there.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but
Obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a
When
moment.
did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern.
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover.
Shut up. I'm not gonna listen to you fucking Joestar, motherfucker.
We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Ah, Jotaro. Fancy a game of Go?
Yeah.
There's quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran into the central hospital room and looked
She's
around.
not here.
No, she isn't.
They searched a little longer, but no luck. They couldn't find Clover.
There's no sign of her. Let's go.
Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. Also, I'm just gonna say, if you're lurking, that's all fine and dandy. This is kind of near the game. I've got like 2 endings to get before I can do the true ending. And I'm the kind of fan of this game where I'm like, I want people that if they're fine with seeing the game and not playing it, that's fine. But like, I think there's like 1-2 other people that you know yourself that will probably kick your ass if you get spoiled on the game. So as much as I would be like, hey, bump up my numbers, I'm gonna tell you to get the fuck out of here. Because if you have any interest in playing this game, fucking get out of here. Because this is like the ending. If this was like 3 streams ago, I would be like, alright, whatever. This is like the middle of the game. He's not gonna remember any of this. But this is somewhat near the game. I'm trying to finish it tonight. Even though I'm like fucking late. But like, that's all I'm gonna say. If you don't care, you wanna watch it in secret, you go ahead. People at the lurk mode, I go. I mean, if you wanna watch it, you can. I'm just saying, me and Quarry will probably fucking be mad because we're like, alright, well now he's not gonna play the game. I don't know. Do what you want. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. And that's all the money you're getting from me, buddy. Slowly they made their way back into the hallway. At last they reached the stairs and Junpei spoke. Either or, I very appreciate you being
All
here.
right.
Thank you.
I'm thinking we should probably split up. I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck. June, you can take the stairs up to B deck.
All right, that sounds good. But,
What?
could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
Huh? Sure, right. I'll do that.
There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June even when they were alone, although perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he used when they were children, Connie. And the song kind of makes you kind of want to croon, you know? 9 years ago, it came naturally after all, they were children. But now that they were adults, it felt strange. Regardless of what he might hope for, to call a woman he wasn't dating by such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Of course, to call her Miss Kuroshiki would be even more awkward, and simply Kuroshiki would seem a little brusque. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forward to call her Kane when they hadn't seen one another for so long. In short, it was simply easy for him to call her June and leave it at that.
Jumpy.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
All right, I'm going then.
Yeah, be careful, Kane.
June, or perhaps more appropriately, Connie, blushed and
You
smiled.
be careful too, Jumpy.
Yeah, got it. Take care.
Junpei looked after her for a moment as she ran up the stairs and turned around and took off for the hallways. Man, that girl needs to calm down. She's thinking we're having sex? I'm fucking the guy that looks like Brother Near. She hasn't seen me in so long, I never told her that I'm actually into dudes. Oh, that poor girl. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow while he lies on the ground. Light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was that hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. He opened the elevator door and there she was. A woman sat slouched against the wall. Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, her skin smooth and pale as always. It was covered in bright red blood. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank. All of his thoughts were replaced with endless, hissing white. Driven by little more than instinct, he began to walk slowly towards Lotus. Slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse, no rise or fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something, somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind, told him that meant she had been killed recently. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning. She had been killed. Someone had killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife then? Perhaps if she had been stabbed in the heart once, she would have died immediately. took little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice Lotus's bracelet was gone. This is like the most fucking thing this game ever fucking brings up. We get it. You either leave the ship or you die. That's the only time the bracelet comes off. You don't need to keep reminding me. Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? That they might have the number 8 bracelet? If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet number 8. Who was that? Who would benefit the most from the number 8 bracelet? That had only just entered Junpei's mind when... Oh! He heard a noise. A sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain, there was heat, extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. But as he did, the knife dug itself deeper, twisting viciously. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with its strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of a killer reflected in his eyes. That recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions. Not anger, not sadness, not regret. Paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. The killer glanced down at his body. Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. His eyesight began to fade. The world grew blurry and began to dissolve into an empty white fog. The fog crept up into the edge of his mind and worked inexorably inward. Soon it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell, into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. I think it is best if Mr. Trugold's Vortex did not see. Again, this was the bad ending, so like it doesn't really fucking matter. But the fact is that I'm like almost beating the game tonight. It's like I was like, You could probably see the ending coming up, but I don't want him to see the true ending because then that just spoils the game. So I was like, maybe. Oh my god. I have to do this. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
Shut up, Joseph. Wait, what if I just go in this?
This way. The keyhole with the Venus symbol.
Okay, it's open. Oh, but there's something not right here. The handle.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Thank you, Joseph Joestar.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna skip to where the new content is. They stood there for a few more minutes, no one speaking till Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him.
You know, speaking of experiments...
Santa suddenly stopped.
There was this experiment some scientists did with rats.
Oh, really? Rat
First,
experiment?
they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits. Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose?
There's a moment of silence after Santa posed a question, and then Ace responded, the B one. Because fucking rats are stupid.
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet. See, these scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B.
Oh my god.
But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet, they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
Like the whales? Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him.
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it.
More
Come on,
from Magenic
let's get
Fields.
going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the top alone.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Santa stopped and turned around.
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
Santa gave a grim bark of a laugh.
You know, the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge.
Thank you, Santa. Thank you.
You ever think about that? Huh? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous.
Did you know that the word sandwich comes from the Latin term sandwich?
And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else.
Did you know the word exacal comes from the Greek term exact?
So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Like an epiphany.
Oh.
That we learned in the other room. Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching and his stomach felt strange. Alright, we got that. It is so nice that when we do these, we're allowed to, like, just go to the thing here. Also, I swore that I fucking came here with the route that I wanted, but I guess redoing the game, I guess saving the game and then loading it put me in here, even though I didn't want to be here. Because I swear to God, it's gonna do this fucking one right here.
Now we...
Even though yesterday I tried doing this, but it didn't work. Just then, Junpei heard a noise. He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence.
Hey! June, are you okay?
She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace.
I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You finished the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you.
He shoved the cards with Ace's hands and ran off towards June.
Are you alright? What happened?
Junpei called out to her as he ran.
Can you stand?
As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine.
I just tripped.
I just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now is not the time.
But it's true. I tripped over a box.
Just let me see for a sec.
Junpei put his palm on her forehead.
You're still warm.
Her temperature was much the same as it had been since the last time we checked. She wasn't hot like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know?
Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up.
Still, to fall down like that? I think she's probably still a little messed up.
June was doing her best to busy herself, brushing dust off her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed, and her face was a bit flushed. But she did look a great deal better than she had. Still.
Alright, well, let's just get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine.
Medicine.
Medicine,
huh?
like Robitussin. Do you know the word Robitussin comes from the Latin term tugging?
Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy.
Ace? Why?
Why Ace?
Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company. Cradle Pharmaceuticals is the name, I think.
We haven't heard that word in a long time.
Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil.
Soparil. Soparil. I've heard of that before somewhere.
Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soparil before. Santa continued. Soparil. Just you saying it's not gonna...
It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature. A lot like how nitrous oxide is. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces. It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer. It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug. It's been around for about 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals' stock did too.
Why do you know all of this?
Umbrella. The T-virus. Ada Wong's fat ass. Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and simple.
I heard it from the old man himself.
From Ace? When?
By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second-class room. Remember how Snake, 7, and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
You know?
Huh.
It just came up, you know?
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing.
As he spoke, Junpei looked over towards Ace. Also, we might be joined by a special... I would say special guest, but that makes it sound like I'm gonna have someone on the stream. But I'll wait a little bit. If this person... Okay. Look! Speak of the devil. I just saw your message. Sorry if it seemed like I was like... Oh, fucking... Get in here. But I figured I'm like, you know, I'm gonna try and finish this. I might as well see if people's up to watching the rest. Again, I usually don't fucking like hit people up, but like, I don't know. People's been in these streams. He seemed interested. And I don't think people's gonna play these games for a while, so whatever. Kind of makes me wish I didn't tell Gold to fuck off so that he could stay blind, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna explain everything that we've done in these past 30 minutes, but I'm gonna quickly go pee. So I'll be right back. So if anybody else shows up, tell them I'm taking my whiz. I'm into this game. Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna pee. I'll be back right quick. All right, bye. Okay. Alright. Story time. Okay, so. Damn it, I'm in the thing. Okay, so quick. We were blasted at the 9 door. Instead of being told that there was a 9 door, we were the ones that found the 9 door. Then we went up, and Ace and Lotus, not Ace and Lotus, I'm fucking. Ace was with us. Lotus and Seven were like, oh, guys, Clover's missing. We can't find her. And this was around the time, right? They also went to the room with the dead body, with the captain, with the guy who has the zero bracelet. All right, and fucking, that's what if you go into that room with Clover without doing the true ending stuff, then as you remember, she ends up just killing a bunch of people. And so I'm going to assume that also when we went looking for Clover, then found Lotus on E deck dead, and then were stabbed in the back. I'm going to assume that was also Clover. Which I guess they didn't want to say because they wanted the Clover ending to be all like suspicious. Ooh. So Clover ends up stabbing us in that ending. So very cool. So then I had to go back and do. Remember, for the first time I was trying to get the true ending, you have to unlock all the stuff on the flow chart. She also asked us, yeah. So for some reason, if you remember last stream, I was doing some like root shenanigans when I came into this room. That's why I had to redo the start of this room again last stream. Apparently that didn't stick for some reason, even though I totally had did it. So we were supposed to get the, oh, you know why? Because I think you only get this when you talk to Santa before about the rats. All you missed just previously was Santa talked about rats and how they had an experiment where rats were put in a C-shaped tank filled with water so they drown. And there was 2 exits, but one of them was electrified. So eventually the rats go to the electrified, oh fuck, you can get out of here. Then they eventually get out of A. But then Santa said the more and more rats they used, the more rats ended up going to A first and more quicker or whatever. So it's like, oh, morphogenic field and stuff. And then Junpei was like, why'd they have to put water so they drown? And it was basically the same thing they said last time. It's like an epiphany. You need danger before you can get the information that helps you most in that situation. So that was cool. And then we're here. And then, yeah, you literally just missed it. Let's see here. Yeah, we now just found out, God damn it. We found out Ace is the president of a pharmaceutical company. Cradle Pharmaceutical. Oh my god. And that drug that he took before to make him go to sleep, Soparil, that's also the drug that they make. So that's why he knew what the drug was. Oh my gosh. And then it talked about how Soparil's like really good because it's a gas and all that. So, and we've also heard Cradle Pharmaceuticals before, because Seven in another route told us that there's an experiment on this ship, and he thinks Cradle Pharmaceutical was behind it. Oh, crazy stuff. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes.
What the hell is he doing?
Turn back to June and Santa.
June, don't push yourself, all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
Sure.
Why is he having trouble? Gave them both a short nod, then turned and headed Ace. Turned and headed Ace, turned and headed
What are you doing?
Ace. Ace's back was to him as Junpei had approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat.
What happened?
Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry, I think, because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment.
What can't you see well?
These pictures.
Ace held the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan.
I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia.
Who? What's presbyopia?
Presbyopia is a physiological...
Oh my god, aging of the eye.
Growing old is a difficult thing.
He made the best attempt he could at self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn.
At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'm
feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit.
He shoved the cards into Junpei's hands and walked away quickly. Junpei looked at him quizzically.
How could simply looking at cards have tired him out?
Junpei looked down at the cards in his hands. All the pictures were quite clear, and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad?
But if it wasn't, what had made him so uncomfortable?
That was when Junpei remembered what he had heard from Lotus much earlier.
Prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia!
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
Boobies.
Maybe he's got prosopagnosia?
Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs looking quite depressed.
Well, he looks depressed enough to have it.
If he really did have prosopagnosia, there was no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting himself on the shoulder and telling him everything that would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was the best he kept Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being. Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back towards the boxes.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle by putting all the fucking boxes together. Nine pictures and 9 boxes. Wow. Ooh.
Ace's card is in box 1. I just need to do the same for the rest. And finally, the 9th man's card into box 9.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. Oh my god, pins. Alright, we got the thing here. Leave no one behind. So now we get to the part where we're going and they're telling us she's missing. But now there's something different's gonna happen because we unlocked all the stuff. Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the
She's
corners.
not here.
No, she isn't.
Alright, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room.
Shower room?
That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
June bit her lip. She knew, as Junpei did, that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant.
We might as well check, right? Let's go.
There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame.
We can still get in.
We should thank Seven later.
Junpei and June slipped through the door, moved down the hallway, and stepped into the shower room. And then we got naked.
No luck.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint, and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little
The
green.
smell is horrible.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since her last visit. If Junpei had eaten a lunch, she would have difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
Let's check the back, just to be sure.
June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed towards the divider. He stopped at the corner, turned his head.
She's not here.
As he expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing the other side of the divider was a dead body lying in the reddish-brown puddle of dry and drying blood.
Snake, just where did your sister go?
Junpei whispered to what once was Snake. He'd asked rhetorically, of course, as there was no way to get an answer. He gave a deep
Such
sigh.
a horrible way to go. The skull shattered, the left arm's hideously twisted. Huh? Wait.
The bright white of the ulna was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white. Ulna.
Bones.
The pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered something Clover had told him in the laboratory in this specific route.
My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
He can do a rocket punch and everything.
The accident hurt him really bad.
Of course. Of course. Why didn't I realize it earlier?
Clover had told Junpei that Snake's left arm was prosthetic, but the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm, or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse...
Jumpy?
June's unsure voice of Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
Oh, sorry for making you wait. Let's go.
This all could have been solved if she just looked at her brother. To be honest. I say brother. That's not her brother. But they were like, oh, it's the clothes, so it must be Snake. She should have looked at it like at least once. Even if that would have been terrifying. She had to confirm with her own eyes, you know. And then at that point she would have saw. Junpei and June headed back towards the large hospital room. They stepped through the door and out of the shower room. Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They'd reached the stairs when Seven appeared, breathless and yelling.
Junpei! June! Where were you guys?
He looked pale and his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
Did something happen?
Seven drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air.
Clover is dead.
Oh!
I found her in the first-class bathroom.
All right, buddy. I know you like necrophilia. I know you're into necrophilia, but this is not the time. All sound ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing. Oh, I've been fucking stabbed. But damn, though, she got that ass. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. I'm just gonna do something really quick. Okay, she's 18 years old. I can say that on Twitch and not get in trouble. She tried once more and her energy was gone, and she collapsed towards the wall. Could have helped her, but he had it, and now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place. I was gonna take a funny photo of this, but I was like, do I really want to take a photo of someone's dead body dying and be like, but though?
Clover, why? Why did this happen?
He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse, no breath. But she was still warm and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy, that is, were it not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced its source to her back, a gash just beneath her shoulder blade. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? If it was a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover smile.
Clover!
Her innocent smile, her energy. He would have never seen her smile again. He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot.
Let's get out of here, June.
Junpei lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom. Damn. She could have found out this route. It was a foolish question and he knew it.
Yes, I think so.
Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she'd received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder and they walked back to the bedroom.
You should get some rest. Here, the bed. Can you sit?
Yes.
She nodded once and stared at the floor. And Lotus is like, why can't I sit on the bed? Shut up. There are 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered.
Who was the
there.
first to find the body?
Me.
Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
Why did you come to this room?
To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom. As soon as I did, I ran outside. I got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey, guys! I found her, but it's bad! She's in the bathroom in the first-class cabin! Come quick! Or something like that. Then I went back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something because you didn't show. So I took off down the stairs to look for you. After that, I mean, you know the rest, right?
Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
There's one more thing I'm worried about.
What?
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why did you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did it so that the door wouldn't lock, so we could come back to this room? Oh. You think I did it?
Well, fuck you, buddy.
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
For crying out loud.
Seven sighed and shook his head.
Follow me.
There were two doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
A closet?
Oh, the safe.
Yeah.
Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured to a small box. The box was a small metal cube. He looked at Junpei.
This is the reason. This safe. We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room. I figured there might be something pretty important in it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers are for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we could get back in that way. You get it now?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. Grabbed the handle and shook it.
Figured it wouldn't open.
It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it. There was one change, however.
This is...
Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder.
rust.
Junpei stared at it, considering.
If there's rust here, that means... Has someone opened the safe?
Junpei left the closet. Seven followed him back to the bedroom.
Huh?
It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat frozen in place by shocking grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there. Yeah, let me walk by the bathroom with the
Maybe
body.
there's another clue. Anything that might lead us to discover who stabbed Clover.
As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
Behind this door. The ninth man's body is behind there. Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case.
Quietly, he pushed open the door.
Ugh.
The smell hit him like a blow to the face.
Oh, the hell? This smell is...
His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, churning what little food was there into a violet froth. It was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile splattered on the floor. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in the arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid out onto the floor. The pool of blood that framed it was half dry, but so thick that it had taken on a texture not unlike that of an egg yolk prepared sunny side up. Ew. On the floor next to the broken mass of the man's head lay his glasses, cracks spidering across the lenses. The bloodstains near them had already dried like scabs on the floor.
Wait.
That was when he noticed.
It's gone.
It's gone.
His bracelet. It's gone.
His bracelet's gone.
It was right next to the glasses.
But now, it's invisible. Or it's gone. The number 9 bracelet's gone. Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his head when he heard Seven's voice.
Where'd Junpei go?
It had drifted out to him from the living room. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway. I'm here, Daddy.
Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway?
Seven looked at Junpei and entered the room.
Did you find something?
Thought for a moment before he responded.
No, nothing.
Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything. In a way, it was... In fact, that was the problem. Something he'd expected to find hadn't been there. The ninth man's bracelet.
Well, I wanted you to take a look at something.
What is it?
I got a pimple on my butt. Can you look at it, Junpei? Oh, my... Ever since I woke up from that nap, my nose has been fucking, like... Oh. Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom.
Clover.
As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
What was it you wanted to show me?
His voice was hollow and empty.
I searched Clover's body again. A real shame. She was stabbed once in the back, probably by a knife or something. And I found this.
As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head and then knelt down and flipped open her right hand.
What?
Damn, this bitch already fucking becoming a stiff. She was holding a piece of paper.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
What?
I borrowed her wallet. He wasn't sure what that meant, but it likely didn't matter. Paper was more important.
I'm opening it.
Picked it up and carefully opened it. There's 2 sentences written on it.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Ah, now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
What is this? Some kind of secret code?
7 peered over Junpei's shoulder at the note. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. Began to pace, attempting to decode the note.
A code.
The first clue was likely the phrase sinister hand. Sinister hand means the left hand.
Sinister was a term used in heraldry that meant to the left of the bearer of a coat of arms. The left hand. The left hand. What does the left hand mean?
Junpei looked at his own left arm. At the bracelet on his wrist.
Does the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet?
He examined the bracelet
There's
closely.
2 things sticking out on either side of the face. The left and right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left. Truth is gone. Truth gone.
Truth gone. Maybe those 2 words. What else could truth and God mean?
What else could gone and truth mean? Truth, of course, means something that is correct. Something that's fact. In other words, something that is right. You could then safely assume that gone means left.
That's needed.
After all, after someone left, they were gone. But in this case, they clearly refer to their directional homonyms. Then truth equals right, and gone equals left.
Junpei looked at the bracelet again.
The left and right of the bracelet. These 2 things sticking out. So if I...
Press them in the following order. Wait on, so... Truth is gone as truth is gone and truth is gone. So right and left, right and left, right and left. And then... Oh! One after another, 8 numbers flashed on, then off, on the face of Junpei's bracelet.
Wait, did it just...
He checked one more time just to be sure. One, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Huh? Hey, what are those numbers?
Man, I feel like if I was in this situation at some point, I would have just been fucking with my watch. I'm like, these buttons don't do nothing. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Oh, hey guys, there's a fucking there's numbers on my bracelet. Junpei didn't answer. That's the code for the coffin, is it? Could it be the code for the coffee machine in the break room? Yeah, no idea what they were either. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers in the order they came in if he said anything.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed towards the bedroom.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Before long, he found himself in the safe again. Its lock was the only device he could think of that required a number such as the ones he'd just discovered. Besides, someone had just opened the safe at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed in the numbers the Waste had given him.
1 to the right, 4 to the left, and... Oh,
finished.
Bingo. I knew it was for this.
Small telltale sound of a lock unopening. Unopening? I can't fucking speak. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up.
Oh, is this some sort of note?
There was supposed to be money in here, but the bank froze my account, so I'll give you the money at some point. Goodbye. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding.
Let's see.
She picked it up. This is what it said. Fact 1. The nonary game was played once before, 9 years ago. Fact 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Fact 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceutical CEO, Gentaro Hongo. Cradle Pharmaceuticals Chief of Staff, Nagisa Nikisaki. Cradle Pharmaceuticals R&D Supervisor, Teruaki Kubota. Majority shareholder in Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Kazuchika Musashido. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved. I now state the truth. 0. Junpei left the closet. There was 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, 7, and June. He looked at each one of them in turn and slowly placed his hands in the pockets of his vest.
Sorry, but do you think you could all come with me?
Come with you?
I want all of you to go to the big hospital room.
Yeah, you guys gotta come with me.
Why?
There's something I want to be sure of.
We have to come. You have to listen to me. We have to come.
What do you want to be sure of?
I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit.
Ooh.
Wait, then you're saying...
Yeah, I think I've got it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover.
We have to going, yes. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by tension like a strap of leather stretched to its limit. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei, pretending not to notice.
Anyway, if you could all please move to the big hospital room. I'll explain everything as soon as we get there.
Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. Ding, dong, ding. The bell rang 5 times and ceased.
It's 5 o'clock.
We've only got an hour left.
We don't have a lot of time left. Let's go.
Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom.
Actually, before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me.
Junpei stopped in front of the door 3 and turned
Ace,
around.
7, and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red?
Huh?
Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just...
No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door.
Why?
Please, just do it. Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover.
Junpei's implication was clear, and 7 understood perfectly.
Fine.
What about you, Ace? Lotus?
Very well.
Sure.
Quickly, they pressed their palms on the red. Once they had finished, they stepped away from the door as Junpei had instructed. 3 asterisks showing on the red's display panel.
I have this idea. I don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it. It instead reacts to a bracelet being brought close. You don't actually need a hand.
Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. Made sure quite he didn't place his palm on it, and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk appeared.
I knew it.
Just as Junpei had expected, it was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so as long as the bracelet was brought near it, Junpei pulled the lever down. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 seconds passed. And then it closed. And the door shut unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well.
Huh?
It looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity playing on their faces. Before long, the other three did as well.
What was that about?
How should I know?
Clearly, they were all expecting some answers.
Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm going to talk about the Titanic. Clearly, they had hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
By the way, Ace, would you mind if I asked you something?
What is it?
Do you know who I am?
What? What kind of question?
What kind of diddy blood question is that, my dude? Oh wait, I'm supposed to be 7 years old. Wait, what incarnation could you possibly be questioning me about, young boy?
Just answer it, please. Who am...
You're Junpei, of course. Who else would you be?
Sorry for the skip.
Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Actually, I'm Santa.
Well, what?
Ace's voice was full of surprise, but also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else looked nearly as surprised. Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually someone else. What? My whole life has been a lie? If he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. Junpei quickly
The
continued.
clothes I'm wearing, I borrowed from Junpei. And the clothes he's wearing are mine. We had a little swap.
That's ridiculous. Impossible.
So, you're saying I'm not Santa?
Of course you aren't.
Why? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa?
If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 equals 19. 1 plus 9 would be 10. The digital route would be 1. But the 4 of us just opened door 3. You can't possibly be Santa. Your bracelet number isn't 3.
It's 5, right?
What? Only then was it too late that Ace realized his mistake. He set his jaw and glared at Junpei.
You're exactly right. My bracelet number is 5.
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist up to show everyone the bright red 5 on
Sorry,
his wrist.
Ace. I tricked you. Of course, I'm not really Santa. I'm Junpei. Who could possibly think I was? It's obvious I'm not. To think I was? Ridiculous. But I guess you couldn't see just how obvious it was. I asked you before, didn't I? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa? And you answered. If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. Most people wouldn't say something like that. The first thing that would come to anyone else's mind wouldn't be the bracelet number. There'd only be one thing they'd say. One sentence. You don't have his face. Ace, you have prosopagnosia, am I right?
And there it is. This whole stupid fucking medical drama bullshit. Also, by the way, the first time I ever heard the word prosopagnosia was in this game. Junpei's face was quiet and calm. He knew the truth, so did Ace.
Prosopagnosia?
The others looked confused. Lotus in the back, smiling and nodding. For I have remembered what she told me.
What's that?
No clue.
Prosopagnosia is...
Here Lotus began to explain it to them. Ace glanced at them, then turned back towards Junpei's side.
Very well. I confess.
Wow, now you're making an old man confess his medical history. Do you feel happy, Junpei?
I have prosopagnosia. I cannot differentiate human faces. Is that what this was about? You want to mock me for my disorder?
Imagine that was like the only reason Junpei did all this. And then they're like, yeah, what the fuck, Junpei? That's kind of fucked up. And, oh, wait, guys, hold on, I have other information.
No, not at all.
Damn, I don't know, again, for some reason, this fucking game has been giving me the weirdest fucking bitrate, like, ever. I don't know what, I think games, like, dictate what bitrate you stream at. So I think at some points the bitrate lowers because the game itself lowers the bitrate. So it's not that I have horrible bitrate right now, it's just the game just stops setting a bunch of bitrate all at once.
I'm not making fun of you at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad for you. No, the reason I brought this up is that there's an excellent chance the person who killed Snake has prosopagnosia.
What? Ace's face tightened, his eyes narrowed.
What do you mean?
Junpei leaned casually against the iron piping of one of the beds.
I'll just come right out with it. I think it was you, Ace. You killed him.
What? Junpei was suddenly very aware of the 5 pairs of eyes on him. Yeah, their undivided attention now. The room had grown very, very quiet. Jimmy took a deep breath.
That's ridiculous. What possible evidence do you...
I have 3 pieces of evidence. The first, think back to a few hours ago. You made us argue over the 3 doors here in the big hospital room. There was no way all 7 people could go through them. Lotus suggested that we sacrifice one of us.
Lotus looked away awkwardly. Junpei glanced at her and
And
continued.
you, Ace, said, I'll stay here. Why would you say something like that? It's pretty simple, really. You didn't want us to see the dead body in the shower room. You see, if Ace stayed behind, there were only 2 doors the rest of us could go through. Doors 7 and 8. There was no way we could get through door 3, the shower room. You knew that, didn't you, Ace? That's why you volunteered to stay behind.
Come on now. I think that's going a bit far. I can understand if you're jealous of my bravery, but please don't devalue my actions. I only wanted to save the rest of you. Surely you can understand my altruism.
Altruism, huh?
Junpei stared off into the darkness as something very interesting and lazily began to take a persistent bit of wax out of his ear. My homie is not fucking giving one fuck. He's like, yeah, altruism, sure. Quick. Smells his finger. Oh, God. Wipes that on his jacket. Everyone else disgusted.
Didn't you? You knew that whichever doors we took, eventually we'd end up back in the big hospital room.
What on earth are you saying? Of course I didn't know that. How could I have?
Really?
Yes.
Bleeding was not something they'd heard from Ace before. Junpei pulled a piece of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and flicked it off into the darkness. This motherfucker's disgusting. And that hits somebody. He's like trying to be all cool, flicks it off. Fucking hits Santa square in the forehead. Oh, ew. Gross.
Oh well, that's cool.
Why is it so brown?
I've still got 2 more pieces of evidence that say you're the killer.
Oh yeah, I want to hear it, you fucker.
The second is that, as I said earlier, you have prosopagnosia.
Then you mean to imply that a person who can't distinguish human faces must be a bad person? Junpei, they call that prejudice.
No, I am not that stupid.
You can be sued. I'm suing you right now.
Then why?
Well, before I explain, I suppose there's something I should tell you. The corpse in the shower room. It's not Snake's.
What?
Ace's face went pale. The others looked confused as well. If the body wasn't
I didn't put it
Snake's...
together right away, but there was something Clover told me. She said that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. He'd lost his real arm in an accident, but the body we saw in the shower room, let's call him Guy X. Guy X's left arm was definitely flesh and blood. In other words, Guy X couldn't possibly have been Snake.
Oh God. No. That's impossible.
Ace had started muttering deliriously to himself, shaking his head back and forth. Junpei was long past caring.
Let's say, hypothetically, that the killer didn't have prosopagnosia. If that were the case, he would immediately realize that Guy X wasn't Snake. Even if the clothes were the same as Snake's, their faces would be completely different. It would have been obvious they were different people. And yet, they still killed him. Why? Why would they kill a stranger who'd only just shown up? On the other hand, if the killer did have prosopagnosia, it makes sense. They thought Guy X was Snake and killed him.
Wait just a moment. Let's say you're right, and I mistook Guy X for Snake. Even if I did, I would have had no motive to kill him. Why would I want to kill Snake?
I can think of at least 2 motives. 1, Snake knew about your past. If he ever revealed what he knew, that would have been really bad for you. You really didn't want that to happen. So to make sure Snake's mouth stayed shut, you killed him. 2, Snake had a grudge against you. You knew that, or at least you could have easily assumed he did. Even without exposing your identity, he was a threat to you. You never knew when you might be attacked. You couldn't ever let your guard down. Every moment was a moment he might try something. You didn't want that kind of danger hanging over you.
Hey,
So
hold on a minute.
For the first time since the beginning of Junpei's explanation, someone besides Ace
What's
spoke.
the past that Ace wouldn't want us to know? Why did Snake have a grudge against him?
Look at this.
He handed Santa a small piece of
What's
paper.
this piece of paper?
There's words on here. Santa squinted at the paper and began to read.
The nonary game was played once before 9 years ago. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. It was planned by the following 4 people: Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO Gentaro Hongo. What is this?
Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. His eyes made
It's the message from Zero. It was in the safe in the first class cabin.
And then suddenly,
Give me a break!
Ace's face was red and shaking, and his voice was full of fury, tinged with
That
desperation.
paper is a lie! Someone is trying to frame me!
Me. You said me, right?
Junpei's eyes narrowed, and the trap began to close. Ace inhaled sharply. His eyes flicked off of Junpei to anything
Wouldn't
else.
that mean you're admitting you're Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals? Or am I mistaken?
It was as though a switch had been flipped. The color drained from Ace's face, and he realized what he's done. His eyes went
Very
wide.
well. I admit that much. I am certainly the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical, Gentaro Hongo. So what if I am? I don't know anything about this nonary game that supposedly took place 9 years ago. Everything on that scrap of paper is bullshit. Someone is trying to set me up, you see? First of all...
Ace stammered as he tried desperately to work himself a more tenable position. Sure, man. Whatever you say, brother.
Junpei, you're claiming I did this all by myself. Think that over, all right? How could I have killed Snake all by myself?
Not Snake. It was Guy X.
I don't care who it was. You said the killer put this other man into door 3, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Then I couldn't have possibly done that alone. I couldn't have opened door 3 with only myself and Guy X.
Nope. You could have.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Ace's face was tight and his teeth was clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to close.
Actually, Ace, when you were unconscious, I took something from you. Remember when you were injected with that anesthetic and fell asleep in the big hospital room? Yeah, back then, I took this.
Junpei put his hands in his pocket.
No! You couldn't have!
Oh! Ace's right hand moved. Junpei
I
smiled.
got you, Ace. Your right hand there tells me all I needed to know. You want to tell me what you were so worried about? What's in your pocket? It's the number 9 bracelet, isn't it? Ace, Guy X, and the 9th man's bracelet. That was all you needed to open door 3.
1 plus 2 plus 9 equals 12.
That's how you killed Guy X all by yourself, Ace. All you needed was the number 9 bracelet in your chest pocket.
Ace lowered his hand from where it stopped, halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. All he could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
If you want to play innocent, that's fine by me. Go ahead. Tell me. I don't have the bracelet, if that's what you want to do. But if you could take off your coat and hand it to me, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll have to take it from you by force. Right, 7?
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure.
7 cracked his knuckles with a sound like gunfire. Pew pew. No more laughing? Okay. Ace roared with laughter. He threw his hands wide and his head back and laughed. I can't read. Filling the room with a sound that scarcely belonged there. Then it stopped. His arms came down and his head drooped to look straight ahead at Junpei. His face was flat and cold, devoid of any emotion.
Well done, Junpei. As you so correctly deduced, I have the number 9 bracelet. I retrieved it while we were searching for the missing hardware for the Red. I left the room I was supposed to search and headed to the first-class cabin on B-deck.
His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored, so he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter.
My purpose was to obtain the number 9 bracelet. 9 is a potent ally in the
Ace is Zero. It seems like it. Seems like we finally found out who Zero was.
Adding 9 to any set of numbers won't alter the digital root.
1 plus 9 plus 10 equals 1 plus 1 equals, 2 plus 9, 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 3 plus 9 equals 3.
As you can see, 9 is a very useful number here. With it, one can go anywhere, with anyone. It is, I suppose you could say, a game changer. so I made for the first-class cabin to obtain it. In mere moments, I successfully acquired the number 9 bracelet. There was also an unexpected bonus. The knife the 9th man had used. I quickly pocketed both of them and left. I made my way back to where I was expected to be. That's when I ran into Snake. Well, this guy X, actually. I spotted him ahead of me. He was heading for the large hospital room and hadn't noticed me. The man wearing Snake's clothes arrived at door 3. When he stopped, I walked up behind him and called out,
Yo!
Snake. He turned around.
Huh? Who are you?
He said nothing. His mouth simply hung half open. He seemed dazed somehow, almost like a man half asleep. Perhaps he had been drugged. It wasn't important. I tend to gloss over little things like that. I was certain that man was Snake. I knew Snake had taken part in the nonary game 9 years ago. Being blind, it made sense that he didn't recognize me immediately upon our first meeting. But why then hadn't Snake said anything to me later? Surely he hadn't forgotten what had happened to him in the nonary game. But not once did he attempt to confront me. Did his lack of sight prevent him from fully recognizing who I was? Or perhaps Snake had conspired with Zero to deceive me? Regardless, he was a threat, and it was better to deal with him sooner rather than later.
Guys, shouldn't we beat the shit out of Ace right now instead of letting him talk?
I had to get rid of him before he
That's
took action.
fine.
With quick thinking, my plan went into motion immediately. I held the number 9 bracelet over the red. I waved my own bracelet in front of the red, and then grabbed Snake's arm and shoved his hand against the scanner panel. The door opened. I threw the man through it. 9 seconds later, the door shut. 81 seconds passed.
The man inside the door passed away.
After that, I returned to my post as though nothing had happened. After conducting my own search, I returned to the large hospital room when the 1 a.m. bell rang.
Ace's eyes were cold and his cheeks were hollow and pallid. When he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Cupid glared at Ace. He took a deep breath and thought about the next question he had to ask. He didn't want to. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Cupid swallowed and spoke.
Ace, did you kill Clover?
Yes.
Why? Why did you kill her?
Because I hated that bitch.
She was Snake's sister. It was possible he had told her something dangerous. Additionally, she had gone through door 1. It seemed likely she might have found it.
Found what?
Why don't you go through door 1 yourself? Perhaps it's hidden somewhere.
Seven and Lotus interrupted.
Yeah, but Lotus and I went through door 1 too.
We didn't see anything suspicious.
Yes. I thought as much after I heard your report at the central stairs. I doubt the two of you could find it. But perhaps Clover was different. Perhaps she had found it. I was, therefore, desperate to find her. And at last I did, in the first-class cabin. I spoke very calmly. Did you see it?
See what?
Don't act as if you don't understand. You were in the captain's quarters, weren't you?
Uh-huh. What are you talking about?
Very well. By the way, what are you doing here, Clover?
What? Nothing.
There's blood on your shoes. It looks fresh. Did you go take a look at the 9th man's corpse? I see. Your silence suggests that you noticed. You saw something, didn't you? You saw that his bracelet was gone.
No!
Clover ran. She made for the exit, but Ace stood in her way.
You aren't going anywhere.
You hussy. Caught her by the collar as she passed and threw her to the floor hard.
You're staying here.
No!
She leapt back up and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed at a run.
Don't you run, little girl.
Why'd she run into the bathroom, though? She could have ran into the other room and, ran around the table and then left. Oh, no.
That was how I killed Clover.
His face hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse or anything one might feel after taking the life of another human being, it didn't show.
You son of a bitch!
Seven's whole body trembled with rage, and his voice trembled with hate. Santa's eyes were bloodthirsty, and Lotus and June's faces were distorted by anger and hatred. And he just looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing with no humor in it. He shook his head and sighed.
I admit it. I've lost. I have lost. Completely and utterly. Don't misunderstand, Junpei. I didn't lose to you.
I lost to Zero.
I lost to Zero. Not you.
But if he's saying he lost to Zero and he's Zero, how does that make sense?
I'm rather disgusted with myself for falling into such a simple trap. I looked the fool. And it was a trap. Make no mistake. I was trapped and manipulated by Zero.
So then who is Zero?
The man I killed in the shower room? If he wasn't Snake, then I have no idea who he was. But he was wearing Snake's clothes. And that was no coincidence. He had also been injected with something that reduced his cognition and prevented him from identifying himself or resisting me. And we can't forget the components that were removed from the red before we arrived. I have no doubt that Zero planned all of this. Zero made sure I would kill that man. It follows, of course, that Zero knew everything I would do. That I would try to take the number 9 bracelet. That I would try to kill Snake. Everything.
Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he found in the safe. Remember the last words Zero had written on it. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrifice. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. Zero. And he remembered other words he'd heard from Clover.
I think Zero is one of us.
One of us. One of us.
Huh?
One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people standing in front of him. Ace. Santa. June. 7. Lotus.
Zero is one of us? No. Wait. There's one more person. Snake. The man who died in the shower room isn't Snake. That means he's almost certainly still alive. Maybe Snake is Zero. Maybe he made Guy X wear his clothes so that we'd all think he was dead. Where's Snake now? What if he's off somewhere laughing at us? If he is Zero, he must have been lying to us about everything else. Is he watching us?
Well, I believe I've finished with my confession. Why don't we get moving?
Can we finish the rest of the game, guys? Is that cool with the rest of you guys? Sounded as if he just finished doing nothing more exciting than describing the weather. For Santa, it was the last straw.
What the hell is this shit? You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch! We're gonna leave your ass here to rot!
Why? Because I killed Clover?
Let's do some math. So if we take Ace out, we'll call him Hungo now because that's his name. If we have Santa and me and that, and then fuck, we can't leave. Wait. Oh fuck, there's 5 of us though. We would have to take him. Right? So if there's 6 of us, 5, 3, 7.
That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch?
Damn.
She was nothing to you. A stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong?
She was jailbait, that's what she was.
You bastard!
7 roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw, but someone else was faster. It was Lotus. She stepped towards Ace, raised a fist of her own, and dove it straight into his nose.
Blindsiding me with a punch, huh? You've got some fire, don't you? I confess, I rather like a tough woman.
He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
Well, maybe you'd like another one then.
Before that, Let me give you one of my own.
Huh?
Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Ace snakes his arms around her and pulled Lotus's back up against him. In the same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. What does he have? The golden gun. It was a gun. No. The revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to point at Lotus's head.
If any of you so much as blink, I won't hesitate to pull this trigger.
You think of the true route? Fucking Ace is like, fuck. That little twink stole the gun. I was gonna take it.
I've already killed 3 people. Don't think I'm not ready to make it 4.
3 people? What do you mean?
He killed a third person. Who could it have been?
Very well. Let me take this opportunity to illuminate you. The person who killed the 9th man was me.
Oh.
Although I suppose to be more accurate, I encouraged him to get himself killed. While we were examining the main staircase, he came to me and told me his name. I recognized it at once, so I gave him a little push. Just a little white lie. It seems the settings for the dead were altered. Now it only requires a single person to deactivate the detonator in the bracelet. Investigate what's beyond door 5. We'll meet again later. And with that...
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then.
Why is it stopping? God damn it! You lied! Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh my god, oh my god! There's no time left! Listen! I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here! It was him! He killed me! It was him! Ah!
I had 4 reasons for killing him. As
1.
I said before, in the nonary game, the number 9 bracelet is of utmost importance. If I had allowed him to keep such a useful tool, he, or it, would have become a threat to me. As such, I decided that he should be eliminated early on.
2.
I wanted the number 9 bracelet. If I could manage to obtain it, I would be able to manipulate the game as I saw fit. I would be unable to acquire the bracelet unless its owner was dead. That's the second reason.
3.
Even setting aside his number, he would have been nothing but trouble for me. He was aware of my past. He knew what happened here 9 years ago. It was important that I eliminate him before he was able to disseminate this information.
4.
Lastly, I wished to conduct a simple test. A test to see if this nonary game was serious, or a poor attempt at a joke. I needed to be quite sure. As such, I encouraged him to act against the rules so that I might observe the outcome.
Ginpei glared at him.
I don't get your third motive. What the hell happened 9 years ago?
Didn't I say? The nonary game was played. I planned it out, and I conducted its execution.
Why? What on earth was it supposed to do?
I don't really think I have any obligation to tell you that.
Pussy. Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them, and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after capturing her, the gun had never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook.
What's with this gun? Where did he get this?
Why don't you tell her, Santa?
Santa ground his teeth and glared at
Other
Ace.
side of door 6, we found the gun in the coffin in the cargo room, right? The bastard must have grabbed it when we weren't looking.
Indeed, I did. That was a pretty serious mistake, you know.
You should have put the gun up your butt.
Just saying you intended to leave it behind.
Ace laughed, a short, derisive snort, and gave Junpei a sickeningly pitying look.
Well, there isn't much time left. I'll be off then.
Well, where are you going?
Do I really need to explain? I had assumed it would be obvious. I have the number 9 bracelet, and now I have Lotus.
9 plus 8 plus 1, 18, 1 equals 9.
Isn't there a door with a 9 on it in the room that looked like a church? That's where you're going, isn't it?
And how do you know that?
Santa told me about it while we were looking for Clover.
I see. Well, you are correct. That is my destination. But now I must say goodbye to all of you. Ah, and please, Don't forget my warning. Move and I'll pull the trigger. I don't need her alive to open the door, you know.
As he spoke, Ace began backing towards the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him.
Shit! He's getting away!
We can't risk it.
Junpei, Santa, June, and Seven stood frozen. Ace had the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exit.
Now, Lotus, open the door for me if you would.
He forced Lotus to open it, then turned to address them once more. Then he stopped through the door. His stop oddly. It fell shut. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. Damn it! As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others left for the door in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob, there was a noise behind him. He looked over his shoulder. Oh my god, it's literally the same art of her. Fuck. June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily.
Hey, June, what happened? Are you alright?
Santa ran to June and wrapped his arm around her before she could collapse all the way.
Jesus, you're burning up. Your fever's back. Are you okay?
June's fever had returned again for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids drooped. Her breath came in dry, shallow gasps. Now, why the fuck is Santa so nice to her in this route, and then the other route he's like, fucking, I'm gonna shoot this bitch.
I'm okay. Really, I'm fine. You should be worrying about Lotus.
Maybe in the other route he was just like that desperate. She was breathing hard now, and she could barely summon the strength to talk.
But
Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June all alone in the state she was in, but every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, Lotus's life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei. She managed to muster a weak smile.
Junpei, don't worry about me. I just need a little rest. I'll be fine. Don't you remember? I just needed to rest a little bit last time. So please, please save Lotus.
Think about what Ace has already done, Junpei. When he's got what he needs from Lotus, you really think he's just gonna let her walk away?
damn it. You guys go on ahead. Soon as June starts feeling better, we'll follow you. Go!
Junpei looked at June. She nodded once. She could have managed much more, but it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was
all right.
set.
Come on, Seven. We're going after Ace.
Hell yeah!
Santa,
Fuck
you take
yeah,
good care of
woohoo.
June. I'm trusting you. Got it.
Santa nodded. Junpei turned before he had a chance to change his mind and started running towards the door. You could hear Seven's heavy footsteps behind him.
Let's go!
Junpei and Seven exploded into the hallway, their feet pounding the metal floor as they ran. Yeah, just skip that part. We don't need to see the elevator fucking... Junpei 7 had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room.
Where are they?
I don't see them.
You think they already went through?
Reached to wipe a palm of sweat from his brow. Maybe. Even as he spoke, Junpei was already on his way to larger than number 9 doors.
Let's check the red.
Let's check the red. I'm also going to fucking charge my computer. Come on, there we go. Ah, there we are. There we are. Oh. Hip hip, cheerio, all that jazz. God damn it, why is it not? There we go. The display panel read vacant. Spun around and headed towards the smaller door. The red would tell him if Ace and Lotus to move to another room.
Engaged. It's occupied.
That means Ace and Lotus went through here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Ace, what? Junpei and 7 stepped away from the door. They retreated to the center of the room and began to talk.
What do we do now?
Yeah, what should we do? Well, the big door is still vacant, but...
The two of us can't do anything with it.
Yeah, not even counting how our digital route is at 9.
Just then, as they were pondering what to do next, there was a noise like someone hitting a thick wooden panel.
What's that sound?
Junpei looked up surprised. Seven followed suit, his eyes looking around the room at the source of the sound.
It's coming from over there.
It wasn't long before they found the altar. Or more precisely, what was on it.
The coffin.
Yeah.
Let's open it.
How?
By force!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, you never know till you try, right? The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
What the fuck?
Who said that?
I forget.
Nostra fucking Quasimodo.
Anyway,
Quasimodo
we've
said
got to
it.
try.
You know, Quasimodo predicted all this. Junpei and Seven left at the coffin. They grabbed hold of what purchase they could find. Oh, it's not opening.
Damn it!
See? Didn't I tell you? If you could just pull it open, why would it have something like that?
Seven pointed at the keypad on the side of the coffin.
So unless I put in the right passcode, it's not gonna open.
Noise hadn't stopped. In fact, as it continued, it only gotten louder and more forceful. What were they supposed to do?
Is there some sort of clue somewhere?
They stood there for a few moments staring at the coffin, then Seven spoke.
Hey, Junpei, I remember you mumbling about some weird numbers over by the bathroom in the first-class cabin. You got those numbers by solving the secret message Clover was holding, right? Truth had gone, or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. What about it?
Well, maybe that number's the passcode for this thing, too.
Come on, that's impossible. Those numbers were the code to unlock that safe.
Yeah, but the person who set up that safe in this coffin is the same person, right? Zero set up both of these.
Yeah, probably.
Well, then they might have set the same passcode for both of them.
That's ridiculous.
Why don't you just try it? I mean, it's not like you'll make things any worse.
It'd just be a waste of time. There's no way they're the same number.
How do you know that? You never know until you try. The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Who said that?
You.
Fine.
He knelt down in front of the keypad and looked at it. Perhaps because he'd repeated it so many times before, the numbers came easily to Junpei's mind.
1538-3421.
Quickly, he typed them in. Alice. Alice is gonna help us. He checked that he'd entered the right numbers, took a deep breath, and pressed the E button. It only took a moment.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
Oh my god, how hot is this scroll gonna be? There was a click. And with a heavy clunk, the lid of the coffin slid off onto the floor. Someone sat up from inside.
Snake!
You? Why?
Ah, those voices. Junpei and Seven, unless I'm mistaken. Where are the others? Are
Hi,
they elsewhere?
Snake. How you doing, bud? Of course, there was no reason Snake would have known anything about where anyone would have been. Junpei and Seven looked at one another. There was a great deal he needed to know, but they had to tell him something, however, so they began to talk. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin. Apparently, he'd been hit with some sort of knockout gas. So Snake is Zero then. I mean, they thought about that, but why would Zero put himself in a coffin that he himself could unlock? Junpei and Seven explained what had happened to the rest of them.
I see. I believe I got the gist of everything.
Also, where are my clothes?
Have I been sufficiently caught up?
No, there was one thing they kept from him. There was one thing, however, that neither Seven nor Junpei could bring themselves to say. That Ace had killed Clover. They feared that if Snake knew, he might go insane. They decided as much by a look of the moment Snake had climbed out of the
That
coffin.
still doesn't explain why you were trapped in here.
We've still got no clue about Zero's true identity, let alone why the hell he's doing all this. Why did he put Guy X in Snake's clothes?
Alright, so here's the thing. I was meant to fucking stream way earlier and beat this game, but my fucking ass fucking slept. And I kind of forget how long this game kind of is, because everything's like fucking... Yeah. Let me hit up my friend. Let me get an answer from my friend. If my friend is like, oh, if my friend is like, oh, we don't have to watch tonight, then I'll continue trying to beat the game. But if they still want to watch, I think I'll, as much as it's gonna suck, I'll probably have to end soon. Because, oh my god, here's the thing, if I knew it was like really close to beat the game, I would do it. I know damn well fucking this route is like gonna go on for a bit, but the fucking true end is gonna go on for like way longer than like the time I have. Cliffhanger, exactly. Why did he put Guy Exorcist close? So we'll try.
All this stuff somehow related to that nonary game that was played 9 years ago?
We'll finish this ending and then we'll go to the other one.
Hey, Snake, do you know anything?
Junpei pulled the question to Snake. His answer was less than illuminating.
What are you talking about? I apologize, but I have no idea what you're saying.
Actually, you know what? I think next stream would be a lot cooler if I started from here. It seems as though Snake would perhaps not entirely honest, but that knowledge did Junpei 7 a little good.
Oh, come on, just tell us if you know.
Yeah, here's the thing. The way the true ending works is that I'm gonna have to go back to that cutscene where it ended and it was like, oh, to be continued. And I don't know, I feel like that only works... I'm thinking if I want to end... I mean, next stream I could start... because the thing is, I don't want to start here. Because I kind of want this ending and then the true ending to, like, kind of coalesce. Because it is kind of cooler when you do this ending and then you immediately start to go do the true ending. I think, sadly, we'll probably have to stop here. If I really want to do that. Because I don't want to spoil it. Especially since... I also feel bad because I said, hey, people, you should come watch the stream. Yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, people, like, you knowing this is, like, fine, right? Because if I just did the other ending, whatever. But, like, let's say you didn't come to next stream for, like, a good 30 minutes, right? You're gonna miss kind of, like, what happens. And that's, like, the whole big thing in the game. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to, like... The thing is, I also don't want to, like, reach out to you and be like, oh, you should probably come and watch the stream if you want to see the ending. Because, again, I don't like doing that. I don't like telling people to come and watch because people are busy. And I'm probably not going out tomorrow, so I could probably stream this for a while. Alright, people. Alright, I have an idea. Either I can continue to do this ending, and we can get the ending, so you can get your little cliffhanger, even though you're still going to be left with a cliffhanger for the other one. I'll be out for dinner, yeah. I mean, I also probably am not going to stream, like, earlier tomorrow anyway. Damn, this is really hard to think. Alright, here's the thing. I can either leave this bad end for next time and also do the true ending at the same time. And I'm really gonna try and do this early. Not only because I've been streaming late and I want to stream early, because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna go out because like it's still very snowy outside. There's still a lot of snow on the sidewalk, so I don't think my mom's gonna want to be like, oh, let's go out and eat or whatever. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stay home. I could stream earlier, around noon. What time do you wake up, people? Because you've been seeming to enjoy this, so I kind of want to factor in you being able to watch. Could also hold this off until Sunday, but. What do you think, peopleicious? 10 a.m., 12 p.m. What does that mean? What you talking about? $10 a.m. to 12 p.m. when I wake up. Okay. So again, so it's CST, so that's like 3 o'clock. Fuck. Alright, you know what? Okay, I'll stream tomorrow. You wake up and you tell me when you're awake, and I'll stream especially for you. Unless, again, you think that, like, it's better off I save this until Sunday. What do you think? Should I stream it tomorrow when you wake up, or should I, you think Sunday would be better? I'll let you decide, because this is like, you know, would I have rather you bought, and well, I think you said you have this gamer. Maybe you don't, I don't know. I'll let you know if I'm down tomorrow. But I need to know now, though. Oh, God, this is so hard, because, like, this is so hard for me, because it's like, fucking, this part of the game is like, I think it's better off when it's all one thing. Again, you can hit me up tomorrow when you wake up, and then that's when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit up stream and I'm gonna do it, right? Or I could just stream all this Sunday, and I'll stream some other game tomorrow, obviously. So now I'm thinking, I want to work around your schedule, because you seem to be liking this. And I don't want to go and tell you to, oh, just go watch the VOD. Because you seem to like seeing this live. Sunday works for me. Okay, alright, now that we figure that out. Okay, so I'll stream this Sunday. You hit me up, because I'm also probably going to stream early Sunday anyway. So you hit me up when you're, like, awake, and I'll stream then. Even though I could have done that tomorrow. Alright, so, you know, again, it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna wait until you hit me up, and then I'll stream. Because I'm like, you know what, I'll wait for Peebo. Peebo seems like he wants to see this live, and not just watch a stupid VOD. So I'll do that. Gotcha. So, you after stream, you think about it for a bit. And before you go to sleep, preferably right after stream, you let me know, which day I should do the ending of this, okay? Now that that's out of the way, I could do a little bit more, 15 minutes or so, even though my friend's waiting for me, and this took up, like, I don't know, like 10 minutes of conversation or whatever. I can do this ending right now, or I can save all this for when you see the stream. If in my opinion, I think seeing this bad ending and then seeing the true ending right after is way better than seeing the bad ending and then doing the true ending, because there's a gimmick in this game that the sequel's gonna use, like, a lot of, and, like, more, not advanced, but, like, they use the gimmick more. So I think I want that gimmick to be shown off, not at the, like, beginning of stream, like, right when I start a stream, even if I, like, preamble and, like, wait a bit or whatever. I think it all fits better if it's all done in one stream, instead of me doing this ending and then doing the true ending in another stream. So I think, actually, you know what? Instead of asking you, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think this is better off. Even if this is like a cliffhanger, I think this is better off than doing this ending than the other ending. But yeah, you just let me know right after stream, like, exactly what day I should do this stream, because I do want to work this around you, because you seem to like this, and I don't want to have to tell you, oh, just go watch the VOD, because watching VOD is like, you know, a lot of people watch VODs, I fucking watch VODs all the time, but you seem like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but you seem like you like, not only watching me do it, okay, I'll let you know, yeah, sadly, we will have to end here. If I did not take that fucking first snap, I could have streamed this game. If I didn't take that second nap, we would have had a whole hour to do this. If my friend had been like, also, even if my friend said, oh, no anime, I'll be honest, we might have been going until like 3 o'clock, so I didn't want you to also have to stay up as well, because it is almost like 2 o'clock already. So I will save, as much as it sucks. And maybe me streaming way earlier, more people will come and fucking be like, oh wow, what 999, what a great game. Alright, let's see who's live right now. Alright, John Dangle, the homie. Let's see, Nixon. Goodnight Snack. Alright, people, do you want to raid Snack, who's playing Hytale, that new, like, fucking... Actually, no, wait, isn't that weird? Wait, no, Hytale 2 is the one that's out, so why is Snake just playing Hytale 1? That's weird. Anyway, they're playing that fucking Chinese... they're playing the Chinese Minecraft. Or we can raid into John Dangle who's doing, like, an FMV game. How do you decide? Sometimes it always feels like I'm always asking people too many questions, but I'm like, not only is the motherfucker the only one that's really in chat a lot of times, because he's the GOAT, that's why he's the VIP, but also just, you know, again, it's a chat. If I had other people, that's why when Corey was here, I asked Corey, I'm like, what door should I go through? Even though she gave me shit, and was playing coy, I was like, God damn it, just a fucking question. Yeah, not only did I want people, especially you people, to have to stay up until 3 a.m. because, well, I say 3 a.m., you're Texas, so it would have been like 2. Snack. Wow. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. Alright, we'll raid Snack. Snack is also a big fan of these games, so... Alright, we'll raid Snack. I'll say hello to John as usual. If John was playing, like, Zelda, I would have been maybe a little bit more inclined, but Snack is also a thing. I also just try not to raid Snack, like, too much nowadays, because, like, I mean, I love raiding Snack, and I ended up being the person that raided them the most, but, like, at the same time, I was like, I should try and raid other people. I'm always raiding Snack, but also Snack is always the one consistently on. Alright, so we will raid them. Yeah, after stream, people, hit me up. Because, again, I'm going to be streaming, like, fucking early anyway. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go out. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to stay up and fucking stay up all night as well. So, should be going to sleep somewhat soon after anime. And then, just hit me up tomorrow. And as soon as you hit me up, I'm going to start stream, we'll do it. And then it's probably going to be early enough where I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to stream another game, not sure what fucking game that'll be. Anyway, I'll be quick with the raid. No raid message. You know what? We could say get wet. Get wet. That's like the big thing. Wait, no, hold on. No, we could say, no, the raid message is actually, I'm Santa. If any lurkers are listening, that's what you gotta say. Actually, I'm Santa. That's the raid message. So, be ready to write that, I guess. Alright, we're going to start the raid. It's going to be a quick one. I'll see you guys tomorrow, as always. Discord. Also, by the way, Discord has a new Avi. I was supposed to make an Avi for myself, and I was like, you know what? I might as well just switch up the one I have on the Discord. I was supposed to make one for the Discord, but I never did, so this is just as good. At some point, I'll probably make one if I have an idea. Or if I ever have money to give, I can commission an artist to make something for me. Who knows? Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All dependent on if Peebo wakes up and tells me when the fuck he wakes up. We'll either stream the ending of this game, or if Peebo sleeps in and with his sucking his little thumb, and then I don't know, fucking I've got other games to play. I could probably play Somnia Files. Because, you know, that's one game people played already. He doesn't need to see that. But because people enjoys this game, I'll contu around him. That's not a word, contu. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever ends up happening. Always over the Discord. Even though I say that and then I don't write stuff until I rate. I love Isomnium, so do I, and so does Snake. Anyway, raid message is actually I'm Santa. Alright, take care, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.